What's up, everyone? Hello. Welcome to my top albums of 2025. These are all hip hop, so I'm gonna have to throw that in the title so people know a little better. I know it's extremely late. I know we are halfway through 2026, and I'm just now doing this video. But hey, we're on my timing on this channel. All right, and I don't care. This is when I got to it, so this is when I'm doing it. I can't just not have a best albums of 2025 video, so a lot of these picks, I made this list at the end of 2025, when everyone else made their videos, and I had a certain order. Today my order would be a little bit different, but I figured, hey, I need to keep it what it was for 2025. So in this video, as you can see, I still haven't really figured out a name, if I want to do my top albums or best hip-hop albums, top 10, whatever. But this is a top 10 list of my favorite albums from last year. Whenever, for my viewers here, whenever I say top album, I mean my favorite. There's a difference between top and best. Best, you're really saying like the best of the best, like GOAT shit. But top, in my opinion, everyone has their top 10, top 5 lists, and they're always to them. It's their opinion, it's their favorites, rather than top, like best. You see what I mean? Before we get into my top 10 though, I do have a couple honorable mentions that I want to throw out there. And then stay tuned at the end, because after the top 10, I'm just going to shout out some underrated albums that you need to hear from last year. The first album on my honorable mentions list that just didn't quite make the cut is Where's My Head by Rich Brian. Rich Brian returned after so many years, and he dropped this album, and I added almost every song on here. I remember Time Zones being a really good one. He's got this feature with Redville too, that was really good. Some other good features on here, so it's a good album, but just didn't quite hit the top 10 for me. Next album that didn't quite make the cut is The Perfect Blue by Toby and Real Bad Man. This was a surprise drop, at least to me. I had no idea that Toby was dropping this. Nice little 10-track song or album, and every song is good. This is a really good album to smoke to. It's got that kind of vibe. If you like getting high, check out this album right here. The third album in my honorable mentions is Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. This album, I will not lie to you, I didn't go back to very much, so that's why it didn't crack the top 10. I recognize it's a really good album, but there's 22 tracks. I think I only added a handful when it first came out, and I'm not like a huge Weeknd fan, so it's definitely up there, but it's just not quite top 10 for me. And the fourth and final album that didn't make the cut was Daniel Caesar's Son of Spurgie. This album, or Spurgie, I don't know. This album is really good. Honestly, the more listens, the better it gets. It's really heartfelt. He's pretty vulnerable. It's Daniel Caesar. It's that kind of music. And yeah, there's some really good songs on here. Call on Me, I really like. Have a Baby With Me is good. There's just great songs on this album, honestly. 12 songs, under an hour long. Check it out. Starting off the top 10 list, I'm going to start at 10 and work my way down to 1. At number 10, I got Mac Miller Balloonerism, as you can see. This album is a very sad album. It was made at a very dark, depressing point in Mac Miller's life. And it was around the same time as Faces, so you can really hear the resemblance to Faces if you like that album. A lot of people really like this album, and I really liked it too, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's one of the top. It's not one of my favorites of Mac Miller's. Whenever an album comes out that he didn't already have put out before he died, it's just kind of sad to me, because it's like he doesn't know that this is out, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't have this put out on purpose. And I know with a lot of artists that unfortunately pass away, their labels, and estates, whatever, they get to decide if they want to put out the music. And for someone like XXXTentacion, they just absolutely milked it. They put out any and everything that he had, even like demos and stuff like that. And I just don't think that's right. I think Mac Miller's estate has handled it the best out of, all these artists who have passed away. But it's just sad to see, because they didn't have it out on purpose. He's a musician. He likes perfecting the music before putting it out. So for that reason, I think it's kind of sad to see, but it's still a really good album. Enough on the sad side of things. It's definitely a good album that you should check out, and it's one of those albums that feel more like an experience than just an album. I don't know if y'all peeped it or not yet, but I put a little star, I put a favorite next to my favorite songs on the album. For each album, I went through and did 3 songs on it. So my favorite song on this album, it's between Stoned and $5 Pony Rides, but ultimately I gotta go $5 Pony Rides because this is the happiest sounding song in the album, and it's just so catchy and like puts a smile on my face, you know what I mean? Stoned, easy top 3. It's so good. I love this song. And Mannequins is in my top 3 too. It was close with Funny Papers though. I mean, Funny Papers is a great song, but this was one that I knew before this album came out, and yeah, I don't know. I lately have been liking Mannequins more, so those are my top 3 that you should check out. And now with this, you can see that 10 albums, I got 3 favorites in all of them, so I'm giving you guys 30 song suggestions. That's pretty good, and they're all gonna be bangers, so you should check them out. You should trust me. In my number 9 spot, I have Toby Elements Volume 2. So this album came out, I think this summer. Yeah, it was the summer of last year, and it is such a good album. Toby is one of my goats, man. He's such an underrated artist who sings, who raps. He can do anything. His beat selection's incredible. So you need to check it out if you don't know him at all. These 3 songs were easily my favorites. I was easily able to pick these. Who's Driving You takes the cake. That's my favorite on the whole album. It's such a vibe. It's so catchy. This album is more of a feel-good kind of album. You know, there's no sad songs on here. And it's only these 10 tracks, so it's a nice, easy listen as well. It's a nice short album. 2025 was the year for short albums. There were so many 10-song albums that dropped, so it was very easy to listen to these. In my number 8 spot, I have Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist Alfredo 2. If it's not in your top 10 from last year, I don't know what is, because it's just that good. I mean, I know it's one of those ones who kind of lead the media, like everyone talks about it, but it just deserves to be here. Freddie Gibbs really did his thing on this album. I mean, the rapping was incredible, and so did The Alchemist. Honestly, The Alchemist produced the whole thing, and the beats are so good. This song right here, Ensalada, is easily my favorite song. Shout out Anderson .Paak. He made this song what it is. Just some incredible stuff. Honestly, this has to be the top 5 songs. Out of all the ones that I'm suggesting, this has to be up there. Maybe I'll rank them at the end of this or something. I don't know. Probably not. Skinny Shug. I don't know. This one, really good. Lavish Habits. I had to put this on here. Shangri-La was close to making the top 3, but ultimately came down to these 3. But you can't go wrong with any song on here. Those were just the ones that caught me the most. And the features are incredible as well. There's not too many. Anderson .Paak, Larry June, and Jid. But this album, easily top 10. Next up in my number 7 spot, I have Jid, God Does Like Ugly. This album, I think, is the biggest album on my whole list, and it's only like 16 songs. So that shows you. I mean, I said that 2025 albums were short. Nice short 10-song albums for the most part. Nothing in my list exceeds this one right here with 16 tracks, but Jid did his thing. I don't think it's as good as the Forever Story, but I don't know if he'll ever top that. I mean, that's just such a good album. But I don't think this is a bad album. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people turned away from this, but I just don't think they should have. Like, this, if you're a Jid fan, you like this album. Enough said. And this is unexpected here, but my favorite song on here was Skate with Earth Gang. Again, if you're a Jid fan, you know Jid and Earth Gang don't miss. And same with Jid and Black. They don't miss either. So, of course, these 2 had to be my top 2 on the album. And then I liked Glory too. As we get further down this list of albums, it got so hard to pick just 3 songs off of here. You know, obviously because I like these albums more and more as we go on, you know. I think Jid said in an interview that a lot of the songs on here were made during the same time as the Forever Story, and maybe they're even like throwaways from the Forever Story. And you can hear it on some of them. You can hear the inspiration for sure from the Forever Story. And I just hope that we get another album from Jid soon, because I know he said before this one came out that he had 2 on the way. I think the other one is with Metro Boomin, so that one is going to be the one that really hits the media and will get people talking, because this album didn't sell as well as people expected it to, but it's in my top 10. My number 6 spot is going to go to Redville with Sankofa, or however you say that, Sankofa. I think it's Sankofa. Redville is really progressing as an artist. He's maturing, he's getting older, and he's just getting better with time. So this album, similar to Mac Miller's album, it is more of an experience than an album, but it's kind of in between, you know. But I believe he produced the entire thing himself, which is so impressive. I love when artists do that, and you just really get into it with time. Lone Star is so good. History might be my favorite song. I don't know. It's so tough, but it's definitely top 3 on here. Brown Sugar with Smino is good. I mean, you can't go wrong on this album. This is number 6. I wish I could put it higher, but I just like the next 5 a little bit better. But Redville's he's such a good rapper that he's single-handedly keeping rap alive for younger generations. He's showing people that they can do it. And when I went over this album when it came out, this was December of last year, so that was a nice little end of the year drop. But when he dropped it and I reviewed it, I called it Redville's To Pimp a Butterfly, because that's just how it feels, you know. And I think he made reference to it in an interview. So great album. Pray For Me is such a good song. He talks his shit. I just love it so much. I actually saw him perform this album twice, 2 different times. Once for his concert and once for a festival that he was at. It's just so good. He's such a good performer. He knows how to keep the crowd active and keep them going. So check this out. This would be a good starting point to listen to Redville if you haven't. Okay, now we're moving on to the top 5. These albums are all incredible. You can't go wrong with any song. My number 5 spot is Mavi the Pilot. If you know me, you know I love Mavi. He's such a good artist, so underrated. He's younger too, just like Redville. And I found these 2 on the same day. I discovered them same day, and in my mind, they're always just hand in hand, just right next to each other. They still haven't collabed yet, and when I met them, I met them both, and ironically, like beside each other. And I asked them when they're gonna collab together, and Mavi just walked away laughing, saying, "Forever, we're gonna collab forever." And it's like, what does that mean, Mavi? I don't know, but he's a funny guy. This album, this is one of those ones where I would put it higher now because of how much I've re-listened to this album. It's honestly, like, realistically, this is probably top 3 from last year, but this is just the order I had it after last year, so this is like the true order of 2025. So I got to keep it how I had it to begin with. But I think this song 31 Days has got to be my favorite. It's just so good. You give it a listen. Oh my gosh, please listen to this. It's such a good song. Gianna's Freestyle, Silent Film, Heavy Hand, Triple Nickel Mike, dude, all these songs are so good. It's another 10 song album. I don't want to spoil the album below that, but yeah, it's a nice short album, easy to listen to. I think it's only 30 minutes or even less than that, so please check this out. Honestly, out of any of them, there's no album I suggest more than this album right here, The Pilot. Top 3, 31 Days, Giannis, and Potluck with Smino. Smino he's everywhere. He pops up on so many like smaller artists, songs, and he just lifts them up. He's a bright light for younger people for sure, in the music industry. Don't even get me started on the features on this album. He's got a song with Kenny Mason on here. Mavi and Kenny Mason are the future of hip hop music. These two right here, and I hope they collab more because they work well together. He's got Mike on here. If you're a Mike fan, he's good. Earl Sweatshirt, similar vibe. And then Smino, like, so good. Just please check it out for me. In my number 4 spot, I have Eam Triplin, Melody of a Memory. This album I put above Mavi's because of how much I listened to this when it came out. I think this dropped it was January or February of last year, and it's just such a catchy album. Oh my gosh. He had an EP out before, and there's 2 songs on it that will forever just be on repeat in my head. And then he comes out with this album, and first off, album cover is sick. Like, this is my favorite album cover of the year. And when an album has a dope cover, it makes me like the songs even more. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone out there, but it's just how it is. But yeah, this album as well, I'm pretty sure it has 10 songs. Oh, is there one more? Is there one more? Okay, yeah. Okay. A little more than 10 songs on this one, but almost all of these hit. I think there are only like 2 that I didn't add before. I think like On and On and Fiji. I think those were the only ones I didn't have added to begin with, but they're still good songs. Eam Triplin used to just be a producer, but then he started, rapping on his songs, and they're so catchy. Like, this album right here is a catchy album. If you just want like a nice fun album to listen to Melody of a Memory right here. It's so good. Duya's got to be my favorite song. If you're a Tyler fan, you'll like this song. It's got that kind of inspiration behind it. Yeah, it's good vibes. Out Miami is so good. And for my third one, I had to pick Came In It because just the vibe of it, it's just so good. What an intro. What a way to start the album. Miss Me is really good. Kingdom of Hearts is really good. There's just so many good songs on here. So check this one out if you have time to. Okay, top 3. In my 3rd spot, I have Saba No ID from the private collection of Saba No ID. I was so excited for this album to come out. He's been teasing it since, I think, 2022. So as a Saba fan, as a big Saba fan, I was really excited. And this has to be top 3. I actually think this album is the one with the most songs on it out of the whole list. But yeah, it's still super good, and he doesn't really miss on here. But my top 3 were really easy to pick on here because they were my top 3 out the gate. We have Crash, such a vibe, Head Wrap, and Stomping. Head Wrap was my most played song of last year. It's easily my favorite song of last year, with Jordan Ward and shout out Madison McFerrin and Ogie. OG, I don't know. Stomping is a vibe, a little repetitive, but it's nice. And then Crash is so it's so fun. So check out this album. You can't go wrong with any of the songs on here. If you don't know Saba, he's just legendary. He's such a good rapper. He's a big put on, if you don't know him. And No ID is a really good producer. He used to do stuff with Kanye, I'm pretty sure. He's Chicago native, and so is Saba. So that's why they linked together, and they formed a perfect album for them too. And yeah, like I said, every song's good. West Side Bound 4, this was close to hitting my top 3. How to Impress God, Woes of the World, where's that at? Up here. Really good album. And fun fact, the The album cover is Saba's photo. He took that because they even talk about it in the album. Saba and No ID did photography classes like during the making of the album, so it's got that kind of inspiration to it, like cameras and photography. So that's really cool. I love when there's just real art put into an album, and that's what this is. It's a real masterpiece in my opinion. In my number 2 spot, I have Clips, Let God Sort 'Em Out. This album, so good. I don't know what's going on here. Just says F. It's FICO, but okay. Clips returned, and they dropped an absolute banger of an album produced by my favorite producer of all time, Pharrell. They're always doing stuff together, or used to always be doing stuff together. Clips is Pusha T and Malice, as they have it plastered all over. And yeah, the rapping was incredible. Obviously, the production was incredible too, and it was just really cool to see them kind of come back and rise to the top with this album. I know this is a lot of people's number 1, or it's up there for people. Crazy features. I mean, you have Kendrick, you have Tyler. Where's Tyler's at? It's up here. You know, there's just so many. This album is honestly perfect for them. I'm not gonna go out there and say it's a 10 out of 10 album, but I'm just not rating right now. But my favorite song is Ibida. Easy. It's I think, is this the shortest song? Yeah, pretty sure. Just barely 2 minutes long, and it's just so fun and like kind of bouncy. So I love that one. Ace Trumpet's the lead single. I just like it. Top 3. And POV with Tyler. Those are my top 3 from this album. If you don't know this album, you must be living under a rock, because I swear it was everywhere and people were talking about it probably the most out of anything. But yeah, really good album. But it is my number 2. In my number 1 spot, I'd had this on repeat all year long ever since it came out. And if you know me, you know it. It's Amine, 13 Months of Sunshine. This album, beautiful masterpiece. It's got a kind of dancey vibe to it. I don't want to say electronic, but the beats are just so good, and every single song hits. There's 3 songs on here that they kind of slow it down. You know, it's not the same vibe as the rest of the album. It's more vulnerable from him, but you can't go wrong with any of these songs. They're really good to listen to. It's kind of a summer vibe. I mean, it's got sunshine in the name, and it's just that it's really good to listen to when you're in the sun and when you're outside, or if you're drinking. Vacay is a lot of people's favorites. I know that for sure. But my favorite on this album, it's got to be Arc de Triomphe. It's just such a vibe, and please listen to it right now, right after you finish this video. Listen to this song right here at the least, because that will give you the vibe of the album. And his rapping ability too is underrated. It always has been, but it's really underrated. Like, he's a great rapper, not just artist, but he's a great rapper. He started it off with a Leon Thomas feature. Leon Thomas was everywhere last year, by the way. Don't know if anyone else, recognize that, but that song is really good. You get into Feel So Good. It really sets the tone. Sage Time has a funny bar as the chorus. I Think It's You slows it down a little bit, and yeah, it's just such a good album. Easily my favorite of last year. So there's the list. That's the main top 10 list right there. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if any of these were in your top 10. Honestly, drop some of your favorite albums from last year below, and let's see if we can talk about them a little bit. That'd be cool. Before I go though, I do want to go ahead and shout out a bunch of albums from last year that didn't make the cut, but were underrated and deserve to be put out there, deserve to be listened to. So I do actually have 11 shout outs that I want to do, and I kind of did that on purpose because I had 4 honorable mentions. So with the 11 shoutouts, that's kind of like 15 other suggestions with my top 10, and it makes it like a top 25 video if you're really listening to me. But yeah, my first of the 11 is Don't Tap the Glass by Tyler. I just really appreciate how he dropped again a 10 track album just so quickly, and it was pretty good, you know. He did it so well. Deftones came back after 5 years and dropped a 11 track album, which was really good. It was definitely a dope album of last year. Little Simz Lotus is another shout out I gotta put out there. Kind of underrated, and this was very close to hitting my top 10. But look, another short album, 13 songs. Check it out if you don't know it. Shout out to Kevin Abstract with his album Blush. This was a really cool album to see. There's a lot of songs on this one and a whole bunch of features, some great features as well. Check this out. Dope cover as well. Another shout out to Wale with Everything Is a Lot. Such a good album. A lot of these songs were on repeat for me. Leon Thomas song's really good. Which one was my favorite off of here? Belly was my favorite off of here. Great album. I was gonna say good, but it's great. McKinley Dixon Magic Alive was a really underrated album. This guy's not super well known, but this album and the one from the year before it as well was really good. This guy is one of those people who are next up if you know ball at least. Another shout out to Suave. Now Suave dropped a lot last year. It was a lot with this Billy theme. But look, 10 songs here, and all of them were really catchy, so that's why I had to shout this one out. Overcast While the Iron Is Hot. This album puts a smile on my face. It was really good. I love to see Overcast doing his thing. Amazing features. He had Mavi, Vince Staples, Samarson, Saba, and Freshwaters on here. Great features. I don't know this person. Shout out them. And yeah, some bangers on this album. Marco Plus is another up-and-comer with this album. Marco Plus vs. the Underworld really showcased his rapping ability and his great beats. Hood News is one of my favorites on here. GMFU was my favorite though on here. But yeah, really good. He dropped a deluxe for this as well right here, so check it out. Shout out to Oblay Reed. I think I'm saying his name right. This album was a really cool album. It's called Line Leaders. He basically put together a bunch of small artists, small, young, up-and-coming artists, and made like a compilation album with them. And he did it really well. I mean, this is a cool cover, 13 songs, and check out some of these features. If you know these people, you know how good this is. I mean, he's got Femdot, he's got Soul Child, Destin Laurel, My Name Is a J-Mac, Jev is on here, Deb Fan is good too, Chris Patrick. Like those are the ones that stand out to me. Junie is super good. I think she's on here twice, maybe. No, she's on another album. But yeah, these are the line leaders. You know, these are the people who are they're coming up. They're coming up fast too. Them young boys is coming, like Charles Barkley said. All right.
Them young boys coming.
They are down 3 games to 2.
And lastly, I have this album right here, Ego Trip by John Michael and Anthony James. That kind of came out of nowhere, but got super viral, super popular. My friend showed me it, and it's really good. It's short, 12 songs, but they did their thing, and I'm kind of excited to see what they do next with this popularity, you know, because they got some eyes on them. I don't want to say like everyone's watching them, but they did really good, and shout out them for sure. So there we have it. That's the video. I gave you 25 albums from my top 10 album list, 4 honorable mentions, 11 shout outs, you know. But yeah, so you gotta take some suggestions from here. But hopefully I put you on somehow. Hopefully there's someone you didn't know about that now you do. Now you have them part of your playlist and whatnot. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, that's all I got. Peace.